Cake Man Raven is a local legend whose red velvet cake has a true cult following amongst local residents, as well as a few people you might have heard of before, like Puff Daddy, Katie Couric, and Mario Cuomo. But if you didn't know better, you would walk right by this unassuming Brooklyn storefront and miss out on one of Brooklyn's best. We had a chance to sit down with the cake man himself and get the man behind the red velvet cake, which is just as famous as his client list. So tell us, Mr. Cake Man, what is your specialty here at Cake Man Raven?
Well, the specialty here at Cake Man Raven Confectionery is simply the red velvet cake.
So what do you think is making your cake so crazed in Brooklyn and now all through New York? What do you think it is about your cake?
Well, we keep it the same. We keep it the southern way it's supposed to be. We don't recreate because there's a new brand that come out of butter or cream cheese, or a new brand of flour that comes out and say that it's going to give you a higher yield or a higher ratio for a fluffier cake. We don't experiment. And when the mold has already been prepared, you don't break it. The old people used to say when the wheel is already working, the guys supposed don't break nothing in it. You know what I mean? Have you tried the red velvet?
Not only have I tried the red velvet, I have driven here from the other side of Brooklyn, speeding, knowing that you're going to close in 15 minutes and coming in here like a mad woman to get a slice, because you kind of go through this withdrawal. I don't know what you put in there personally. I didn't want to bring it up, put you on the spot. But I don't know what you put in there, but every so often you go through this thing like, I have to have a piece, and literally have driven here like a mad woman to get a piece with nuts, of course. So a personal thank you for me.
That's what I'm telling you. It's just that intense.
Good. And it's that serious. So when you're talking about how your customers are serious, I understand completely. So tell me, what do you love about Brooklyn so much?
The freedom of expression when it comes down to just being creative. I mean, there's so many cultures, it's so diverse. I mean, you go from one side of town, from Williamsburg to Bay Ridge, from Coney Island to Bushwick.
Right.
You go from Bed-Stuy to Cobble Hill. And all of the people are so diverse, and they all eat red velvet.
Yeah.
It's not a place that says, oh, we're not familiar with the man, we're not familiar with the cake. And just to have that as large as Brooklyn's larger than Rhode Island.
You've come a long way. You've come a long way. And it's a small place from the outside. It's very unassuming. And now here you are, the cake man, basically world known at this point, right?
Oh yes. By God's grace, it's kept keeping me strong. They're like, how do you do it?
Right.
I said, well, I'm not doing it.
Right.
Because, you know, sometimes it comes to the point where I call up one of the fellas or some of the family members, and my niece will say, well, Uncle Pat, what's wrong? And I'm like, you know, I'm just amazed. This morning I woke up and I realized where I'm at from where I were. Mm-hmm. And you gotta hold on to the horns.
Right. Because
the ride gets rough sometimes, but you gotta hold on, because, you know, grace is not given to the fast and the swift, but to the one that endures. So that's why I'm still here.